Hello everybody, what is going on? This is Marcus, and I'm back from Japan, from Australia, from World Tour 2017, and also back on YouTube to, play some games. I thought I would start a kind of new format, so to say, where I'm trying to showcase some teams that were featured on team reports and that have like all their information available to everyone. Because I think that it could be cool to have like a series where I just like showcase some teams, and then you guys, if there's a team amongst the teams that I showcase that you like, then you can like instantly pick that up, just use the QR code, read up the report and so on. And I also want to like give some more incentive for people to write team reports. I know like being featured on my channel isn't the biggest thing in the world, but like if at least some more people will see it, then I think that's a cool thing. So today we will use a team that Rapha, a Canadian player that actually finished second place at the 2015 US National Championship, used to got 9th place at Oregon Regionals, and I can't like really freak out right now and be super excited because my sister is studying next door, so forgive me being a little lower in volume at the moment, but I really wanted to make this video, and this is like the only time I have all weekend to get this done, and I really wanted to upload something this weekend. So what is my camera doing? Hello? That's pretty bad. Test. Okay. That's not what I wanted to happen. And that means how do I get this back to work? Okay, I'll try to figure this out in a second. First, let me try and pick Mons. Galeth is good here. I need something for the Arcanine as well, so I'll try to like go for this Trick Room approach, kinda, and then have Lele and Gigalith in the back. Okay, so now webcam. How do I fix this? That's my other webcam, and yo, it works. Okay, so I hope that is still fine. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, I'm back now. Okay, and so yeah, we'll try to use Rapha's team here, and he only barely missed out on top cut just based on resistance, and he wrote an entire report like on VGC with Hats, which is the like blog or the website of a bunch of Canadian people, and they also have like some people from the US, I believe, and they're doing like a lot of cool content, cool stuff, so I really want to give them a shout out. I hope that you guys want to check out his report as well. The link will be in the description, and you can also check out the QR code for this team there. So I'm sorry, this team is interesting because unlike most teams, it doesn't use anything that's like super fast. Like the fastest mon in the team is Garchomp, since the Nihilego, or actually maybe Nihilego, no, Garchomp's jolly. So Garchomp is the fastest mon, but then everything is also suited for Trick Room, but nothing is like super slow. So leading up with Arcanine here against my opponent's team was actually like super worth, since everything he has is weak to fire, at least with what he has on the board. And I kind of just want to Will-O-Wisp the Celesteela, expecting him to switch out there probably, and I'm also just going to attack the Glaceon, because setting up Trick Room might be a little bit suboptimal, considering that he could have that Gastrodon in the back, and Gastrodon can really do a ton of work against my team. This Porygon does not have Toxic, so it'll be difficult to whittle it down, and so instead I wanted to try and maybe catch it with a Will-O-Wisp on the switch to get some residual damage, but instead my opponent made a clever play here. Switches in Ninetales, which is another Pokemon that is weak to Fire type, and if we can get like some secondary effect here from Tri-Attack, that would of course be beautiful, but nope, we don't. But yeah, anyway, Arcanine's still in a fantastic spot here, so don't even know what my opponent like wants to attempt here with his Ninetales, or how he wants to knock me out. Yeah, having a Galeth in the back could actually come in super handy, since I can target the Ninetales and switch into Gigalith, get rid of his Hail, and then prevent him from going for like Aurora Veil, or like drop Blizzard's accuracy. So whatever he tries to go for, we should be well prepared to deal with that, just with this switch into Gigalith. I could have set up Trick Room this turn, but I kind of just want to get rid of like a Pokemon here, and then Okay, he actually went for the Aurora Veil. So I just want to... I'm sorry. Running low on battery on my yes. So I want to get some like knockout here. Okay, actually get the burn, but Sand would have been able to finish the job there. And then chances are that we might get to see his last Pokemon, and then I can decide whether I want to set up Trick Room here for this matchup or not. So let's see what he sends out here. And after not having recorded a proper YouTube video in so long, it's way different from like streaming, and I need to get used to that again. I'm not sure how like often I want to upload it again, but let me know in the comments, like, is there enough, do you feel like there's already like enough VGC content on YouTube at the moment that you feel like saturated, so to say, or would you like want some more content from me in the future? So since yeah, my main focus, as I explained in an earlier video, is Twitch at the moment. By the way, you can also check out my Twitch, 13 Yoshi 37, if you didn't do that already, since that's where I play most of my battles these days. And yeah, do you want more content? Is this like even something interesting for you? Because I think most of those super cool team reports, they're like a little bit lost because they only really get attention on Twitter and stuff like that, and since most people don't use Twitter to follow along. Oh wow, getting the para on the guest run, which is kind of interesting, since usually... Fisher? Are you kidding me? Okay, I gotta get rid of that guest run ASAP, but I should be able to do so with Tri-Attack plus Continental Crush. I think that should knock him out, even after Lefty's recovery. And then Arcanine should just be set to finish the game. So yeah, anyway, I realized that most people probably aren't around on Twitter, so if you're just following along casually and you want to play a couple of games, then I want to showcase some teams that have QR codes, since anyone who has the game, it doesn't matter how like competitive you are, how far you are progressed into the game, you can just hop on BattleSpot, scan the QR code, and then play with some teams that actually made an impact on like real life championships. Okay, just forfeits. Okay. Yeah, GG, I'm sorry. That battle wasn't the best, but it showcased that like just having strong Pokemon like Porygon, Arcanine can just be sometimes enough against teams that use compositions that are not as focused on like defensive synergy and all of that stuff. So yeah. First battle was pretty quick. So let's just try and... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so now I got to... Oh my gosh. I got to scan the QR code again. 1 second. I'm sorry. So, yeah. You can just scan the QR code as I just did right now. And then you will get to this screen, see this team from the PGL. Then you can just use it and you have all the exact same stats, all the moves and so on. So I think the QR code feature is like super interesting for anyone who just like is kind of interested in VGC, but they don't want to put in all the time to get a team in game. So first of all, you can just play around a little bit with the QR key teams. Then maybe you find something that you like. There's like a huge database where you can also search for like specific Pokemon. For example, say your favorite Pokemon is, I don't know, whatever, Mimikyu, and you want to really use a team with Mimikyu, then you just put in Mimikyu as a filter, and then you get to see all the QR code teams that have a Mimikyu. So we're up against a player that does use that aforementioned Mimikyu, but that's totally not the reason why I chose Mimikyu as an example for one's favorite Pokemon. So he's using a more dedicated Trick Room team, and I really do think that Gigalith is what I need in this matchup, because against the Torkoal, like, Gigalith is just an auto pick basically. Tapu Lele also really looks fine here, I think, and I might want to open up with Porygon and Tapu Lele or something like this, because I also need to check the Melodic, which is really important. He doesn't have Intimidate, so I could also go ahead and use Garchomp. This is Fire Fang Sword Dance, yeah, with a little bit of bulk and not max speed. Or I could just go Nihilego, Tapu Lele, Nihilego. Actually, that should deal relatively well with all of his mons. And then I have Gigalith in the back. And then for the last one, Arcanine really looks solid against basically everything except for that melodic. Yeah, I'm just going with Porygon. I don't know, maybe Arcanine was a better play here, since Porygon suffers a little bit against Mimikyu and Machamp especially. But it's a mon that can take like Eruption in sand super easily and then recover off most of the damage. So like, we'll see how this will work out. Even also, it would allow us to reverse Trick Room if I felt the need to do so. So I'm leading with Tapu Lele and Nihilego. I don't even know what the worst like thing there could be. He's leading Melodic Porygon, and even though this means that I'm probably not getting, say, like super easy KO here or like a ton of pressure, this Tapu Lele is Specs. So, oh, it's actually Trace Porygon. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, this Tapu Lele is Specs, meaning that I can just go launch a Psychic into whatever I want, and chances are that he doesn't really want to switch in his Tapu Bulu since I have Nihilego on the field here. So I can Psychic into either target, and then also, I kind of also want to Sludge Bomb the same spot, just to get off some huge damage the first turn. Yeah, his Melodic isn't really doing too much. And if I can deny Trick Room from going up here, which I probably can't, even with this double target, but I can do a lot here to this Porygon. Getting the poison actually, but yeah, it looks like it's a little more special defensive, seeing how well it could take that Sludge Bomb and also the Psychic. Yeah, so even with the poison, it won't be enough to knock out the Porygon, but Scald does less than half to Nihilego, so he actually attacks with both. Doesn't even set up Trick Room, which is really good as long as I don't get Peril or anything on Tapu Lele. So now I can just grab a KO here on the Porygon, and I kind of want to go for the KO with Nihilego since I would get the Beast Boost and then boost my special attack here. There's not really anything you can switch into Sludge Bomb, so I don't want to like make any predicts or any calls and go for Power Gem or anything like that. Just Sludge Bombs should be sufficient. Yeah, of course getting the KO there. And then Melodic Scald should also not take out my Nihilego, so I will be at +1 going into the next turn. And Tapu Lele is still like super threatening. Let's see how much this does. Melodic also really known for its special defense, but yeah, just check out that damage. Actually has the Maranga Berry. Okay, so if he went for Recover, he didn't. Then he could have actually like stalled me out kind of a little bit. Gets the burn this time around, but I should be able to take at least one turn of burn damage. However, that also means that if he double protects this turn, Nihilego will just go down to the burn. Which would make dealing with Tapu Bulu a little bit more difficult, but he actually sends in Tapu Bulu, and now I do believe Grassy Terrain comes before burn damage. So then I would be able to survive, right? However, I'm not positive on that. So I kind of want to save Tapu Lele for later on. Call it back, bring in Porygon so that I can get Psychic Terrain up again. And now let's see, he could just protect, I suppose. I would be really surprised if he just attacked with Bulu. Okay, he protects Melodic. What does he do with Bulu? Okay, also protects Bulu. Okay. So he does go for the double protect, but if I'm not wrong, then Grassy Terrain should come first. But maybe that's wrong. Okay, Grassy Terrain comes first. So I will be able to live to see another day. And now, while Melodic is probably not into Sludge from KO range at this point, Tapu Bulu certainly is. So yeah, whatever his last Pokemon is, will probably have to take a +1 Sludge Bomb now. And okay, I did get the attack boost. I could also set up Trick Room for my Gigalith now, seeing that his team isn't really like he didn't. I mean, Bulu and Melodic are definitely faster than Gigalith, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I could also just go ahead, target down the Melodic, do some damage to that slot, and then launch that Sludge Bomb into Tapu Bulu. Like, he tries to go for the double protect, actually also gets it. Okay, so yeah, that was probably his like best out here in this situation, as I went for the Bulu instead of the Melodic. And Porygon outspeeds Melodic? Or which moves does he go for? Just Scald. That's weird. Okay. Seems to be a Trick Room Melodic or something like that. Anyway, he gets the KO here. And try attack really didn't do anything, so maybe it would have been better to set up Trick Room for my Gigalith. But now I gotta go into Lele, and I can override the terrain, set up Psychic Terrain here, and then hopefully get the KO on this Melodic. I could just double up into it, to be completely honest, since my Porygon outspeeds it. However, Psychic even at +1 should be enough to get the KO. And then I just Ice Beam the Bulu. He probably wants to switch out, but nothing on his team can really deal super well with this Tapu Lele. So even if he switches and I don't get off like the most possible damage with Porygon 2, it's not too big of a deal. Melodic goes down to the Psychic, and now unless he goes for Z Woodhammer or something. How fast is this Porygon? Wow. I mean, I read the report, but I don't remember him mentioning anything like this. Smart Strike? Are you kidding me? Okay, not enough for the KO though. Okay, and he has lefties. Smart Strike, certainly interesting. I mean, Tapu Bulu doesn't really have too many coverage options. I mean, it's got Rock Slide, Super Power, but then that's about it. And his last one is Machamp. So Machamp is like the only real threat at this point. However, it can be like super threatening. Like if I choose the wrong target now with Psychic, that could actually be pretty bad. And I kind of can't really set up Trick Room either, because then Tapu Lele would be the slowest thing. So this is actually a little more tricky than it looks like. Because if he protects Machamp here and I target Machamp and he KOs my Lele with Bulu, and I don't set up Trick Room, then his Machamp just KOs my team. So I kind of want to save Lele and just go into Gigalith without setting up Trick Room, and Ice Beam the Bulu to deal. Like I need to get one KO and then Lele can knock out the other guy. So Bulu seems like the primary target here for an attack, and I didn't want to risk the game on like a 50-50. So he protects with Machamp, which is kind of the obvious play. And Ice Beam does a decent chunk to this Bulu, and since we're actually getting the freeze. But yeah, since we're outspeeding the Bulu with our Porygon, I could go for the play. And yeah, so he does have Machamp, which is of course threatening. But now at this turn, I'll just go for Continental Crush into the Bulu. Do I do that again? Like worst case scenario, he unthaws. He gets burned with Machamp. I could also sweep with Dazzling Gleam, in theory. So maybe try attack into the Machamp is a little more accurate. And then I'll just go for Continental Crush anyway. The one issue I can see is him going for Horn Leech though. And then he could get like a couple of HP back. But whatever. He goes for Close Combat, that probably knocks out Porygon as it does. However, now everything is in Dazzling Gleam KO range, and since he didn't unthaw, I can also just knock out the Bulu right here with Continental Crush and then get off literally any attack from Lele to knock out that Machamp. Maybe Thunderbolt won't be enough, but the other three definitely are. So yeah, it looks like we will be able to get a second win here in this episode. Forgive me guys, my account is not like super high rated or anything on the ladder. And this series also isn't really about me trying to go for the highest rating, which was one of the issues I kind of had with my previous approach of a YouTube series, where like in Marcus on top I would always try to like get a nice rating and high, but that kind of conflicts a little bit with what I'm trying on Twitch, since there I'm not always like using the best teams, but also just fooling around a little bit, and then chat draws away attention and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't really care about rating at this point. And with this, yeah, again, I just want to showcase some cool teams, which I hope I did in this video. And yeah, if you like this type of content, then definitely let me know in the comments. Also give me some more inspiration about what kind of videos I could do, which teams I could use, because that's one of the main issues, like always coming up with a different team that is interesting to me, and then also coming up with different teams that I can use on Twitch and so on. That's kind of like not super easy, but yeah, if you could help me with that, then that would be really appreciated. And then there's one more thing, but I don't have it here. 1 second. yeah, I'm professional, I planned this video out. Anyway, if you want to join a giveaway to win this nice 2015 World's Limited Pikachu, you can do so in the description below. There's not like, it's still like unused and so on, so perfectly in mint condition or whatever you want to call that. So yeah, if you want to win that, all you have to do is like follow me on some social media. It's not like, you probably follow me on most of that stuff anyway. So yeah, and again, please check out the team report. Rapha put in a lot of effort and time into that, and it's like a really enjoyable read. The team is pretty cool. It did well at both the regional he played in as well as the PC, so give it a try. Check out the QR code as well. Have a good time, good day, wherever you are. See you guys soon. And where's my mouse? And bye.